this is heading in third unit, right? I left this heading, random telegraph process. Let us see the heading, okay? So first let us learn the definition of semi-random telegraph process and random telegraph process. So we know we have already studied about N of t in Poisson process. In the third unit, Poisson process, N of t. N of t represents number of occurrences. There we say it is recorded with probability, etc. Here we consider simply N of t denote number of occurrences in the event 0, t. If it is N of t, it is the interval 0, t. Number of occurrences of a specified event in the interval 0, t. And x of t is equal to -1 whole to the power n of t. So when n of t is even 0, 2, 4, 6, x of t is 1. When n of t is odd 1, 3, 5, x of t is -1. So x of t takes two values 1 and -1. So that depends on n of t. Okay. So if x of t is -1 whole power n of t, where n of t denote number of occurrences in the interval 0, t, then x of t is called semi-random telegraph process. Okay. What is random telegraph process? First, x of t should be semi-random telegraph process. That is x of t equal to -1 whole to the power n of t, where n of t represent number of occurrences in the interval 0, t. That is true. And we consider alpha, which is a random variable. Alpha is a random variable which is independent of x of t. Alpha is independent of x of t. And alpha assumes the values +1 and -1. Even x of t assumes +1 and -1, right? But it depends on n of t. If n of t is even, x of t is +1. If n of t is odd, x of t is -1. But here it is given alpha takes only two values, +1 and -1. With equal probability. That is, probability of alpha is equal to 1 is same as probability of alpha is equal to -1. So alpha takes these two values with equal probability. That is 1/2, 1/2. Okay. And let us define y of t now. Y of t is equal to this alpha into x of t. Alpha is a random variable which is independent of x of t. Alpha takes +1, -1. And x of t is -1 whole to the power n of t. When alpha and x of t is multiplied, which is given by a new process y of t, then this y of t is called random telegraph process. Okay. So you know now what is semi-random telegraph process and what is random telegraph process, right? Y of t is equal to alpha into x of t. Okay. Let us see problems. Show that semi-random telegraph process is evolutionary. You know when the definition of evolutionary. See, if the answer mean etc. is near mean, let us take mean. If mean depends on t, then the process is not stationary. What is the meaning definition stationary? So when x of t is independent of time, when mean, variance, all they are independent of time, right? We say it is stationary process. In case if it depends on t, then the process evolutionary. So here we have to prove semi-random telegraph process evolutionary. That is, it is not stationary. That is, it is not wide sense stationary, or it is not triple S process. What is the meaning WSS? E of x of t should be constant and Rxx of t1, t2 should be function of t1 minus t2. So one of the conditions will not be satisfied here. Let us see which condition. What is triple S process? E of x of t should be constant, E of x square of t should be constant, E of x cube of t should be constant. It goes on. All statistical averages should be independent of time. Then the process triple S process. So here if let us find mean, even the answer of mean depends on time. Hence the process is not WSS or process is not triple S. It is evolutionary. Okay. When the answer depends on time, the process evolutionary. When the answer is independent of time, then the process stationary. See, we know semi-random telegraph process. In semi-random telegraph process, x of t is equal to -1 whole power n of t. When n of t is even, x of t 1. When n of t is odd, x of t is -1. We know what is n of t, denote number of occurrences, which is a Poisson process. By definition of Poisson process, e power minus lambda t whole power n by n factorial. Here we take r, where r takes value 0, 1, 2, etc. So we have to prove the process is evolutionary. So let us start with mean e of x of t. We know e of x is summation x into p of x. So here in place of x, x of t. Summation x of t into p of x of t. There are many ways of defining this, right? Many ways of notation. Summation x into p of x. Summation x into p of x equal to x. Summation x into some pi, right? Suffix pi. Many ways. So let us write x of t into p of x of t. And we know x of t takes two values, 1 and minus 1, like alpha. Alpha, it is independent of x of t, which takes plus 1 minus 1. But x of t also takes plus 1 minus 1 because it depends on n of t. From the value of n of t, x of t takes plus 1 or minus 1. So summation is for x of t. X of t takes plus 1 minus 1. When x of t is plus 1, it is 1 into p of x of t equal to 1, or simply p of 1. If you want, you can leave it. It is p of 1. P of x of t equal to 1. And when x of t is minus 1, it is minus 1 into p of x of t equal to minus 1. Right? We know another way of defining this, right? Summation x into p of x equal to x, right? So I have used this definition. Now, in order to find the answer of mean e of x of t, the mean answer, I need to know what are the values of these two, right? What are the values of these two? So let us find first p of x of t equal to 1. So when x of t will be 1, when n of t is even. Because x of t is minus 1 whole power n of t. X of t will be 1 when n of t is even. That is n of t is 0, 2, 4, etc. So we know the Poisson, n of t is Poisson process. In the definition of Poisson process, let us substitute. Take e power minus lambda t common. This is the binomial expansion which is cos hx. Cos hx. In place of x, it is lambda t. Okay. Similarly, we have to find p of x of t equal to minus 1. When x of t will be minus 1? When n of t is odd. So when n of t is odd. So you need not prove, you can easily keep in mind, right? This is cos h lambda t, it is sin h lambda t. Okay. Let us substitute these two answers in our first equation. Substitute the answers. Let us see what is the answer of e of x of t. If it is constant, we proceed. If it is function of time, we stop. Let us take e power minus lambda t common. Cos h lambda t minus sin h lambda t. Which is, we know cos h theta sin h theta formula. Cos h theta is e power theta plus e power minus theta whole divided by 2. E power theta minus e power minus theta whole divided by 2. Simplify. When base same, we add powers. Answer is function of time, which is not a constant. Since if e of x of t is constant, the process is stationary. If it is not constant, the process is not stationary, it is evolutionary. Okay? Let us go second problem in the next video. Thank you.